So we'll continue it on. So let's give a big round of applause for Sparked.
All right, so my name is Jacob Kolker, and today I'm going to talk to you about online micro-volunteering. So here's the problem. 74% of Americans don't volunteer. And the number one reason people give is that they say they're just too busy. They don't have the time. And the reason is that both traditional volunteering and pro bono volunteering, facilitated online or offline, are just too much of a commitment for most people. The problem isn't really about finding the opportunity. It's that the opportunity itself requires 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of time. And it's a hand-holding process. There's hoops to jump through, applications. And this is a problem because we're really, really busy, right? We work 60-hour work weeks. We have kids. We have errands. We're getting 6 hours of sleep a night. We use software like Pomodoro to maximize every 25 minutes of our time. Like, this is the society that we live in. And even if I knew where to find the perfect opportunity for me, where would I fit it into my schedule? I don't have 4 hours on a regular basis to be able to volunteer. But the truth is that we have tons of spare time. It's just that it comes in 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 10 minutes there. You're on your laptops right now. And I'll show you a few statistics that prove this point, that we have tons of spare time. We watch 2 billion videos on YouTube. We play 24 million hours of solitaire. And we spend 400 million hours using Facebook every single day. Every day. That's the amount of spare time that's going out through the internet. And just to break that down for you, it took 7 million hours to build the Empire State Building and 540 calendar days. If we took just the amount of time that we spend on Facebook and broke that down by Empire State Buildings, we could build 55 Empire State Buildings every single day. That's how much human energy is going on out there. And not only is all that energy passing through the internet, but we're regularly giving away our time for free online to crowdsourcing sites like Stack Overflow and Quora. And we're not doing it to earn pennies like Mechanical Turk, although the majority of Turkers are actually Americans, and they do it because they're bored, not because they want to earn 2 cents. We're doing it because we're passionate about that issue, or we want to win the rewards or get that reputation. And so we saw this as a huge opportunity to make volunteering as easy as Facebook and really bring the power of crowdsourcing home to everyday nonprofits. So that's what we created Sparked. And Sparked is the evolution of 18 months worth of work. We used to be called The Extraordinaries. We rebranded in October. And this is basically how it works. So if you've got 10 minutes free or 20 minutes free, you could log into Sparked. And you could flip through a bunch of projects, pick one that might be interesting to you. They're matched, these projects here are matched specifically to your skill set. We use technology that's proprietary, that's similar to kind of eHarmony matching, where your exact skills are matched to the right opportunity. And you log in and you collaborate with people all over the world. So it could be somebody in India that you're working with to solve this challenge for an organization. Right now, instead of tweeting on your tweet decks right now, you could actually log in and volunteer right from that box if you wanted to, sitting in your seats right now. And so it's not just one organization or two. We have actually closing in on 4,000 organizations all over the world. And I'll give you a couple quick examples. The Ronald McDonald House of Cincinnati needed 9 pages translated into Arabic. Instead of spending $1,500 hiring a translator, they posted it to Sparked. It turns out a guy in Amman, Jordan was dying for something to do, logged in, actually used an hour of his time to translate this into Arabic. Somebody in India verified that, and somebody in Palo Alto verified that, and boom, that nonprofit got $1,500 that they didn't have to spend. Another example, the Chimpanzee Sanctuary of the Northwest. Their website was being classified as an adult content site because somebody had hacked into their code and Google wasn't indexing them. And so they were trying to figure out why their website wasn't showing up. A bunch of coders logged in, looked at the code, and figured out what was going on and helped them fix it in about 30 minutes of time. So here's a couple examples of real graphic design that's been completed using Spark for free for nonprofits. And so this is what ultimately Spark does. And it's not just individuals like you. We have very high quality volunteers, graphic designers and whatnot, but it's also the employees of major corporations. SAP, Google, LinkedIn, Kraft Foods, Teradata are our clients. They pay us to engage their employees, to make them feel happier about the workplace, to team building, skills building, reporting, broadcasting the work that they do. This is a screenshot of LinkedIn's Chicago team, and as you can see, they all collaborate together to work. And this is an actual widget that's a live streaming feed of all of LinkedIn's activity. Their employees are actually helping nonprofits, and they're broadcasting that out into the social web. And so I'll leave you with this last point here. If you add up all the volunteerism that happens in the United States, all the hospital visits, park cleanups, and all that stuff, it's about 8 billion hours we spend each year. If we took just the amount of time, if we took just the people that use Farmville every day and got them to spend 10 minutes more volunteering, we could literally double capacity for the nonprofit sector in the United States. Double it, using 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of spare time. And this is our ultimate goal. So that was 5 minutes. Thank you.
I have a question. You know, I'm not from the United States, but with the real estate crisis, what are you going to do with 55 additional Empire State buildings?
Good question. Good question. I couldn't tell you, but it's obviously the analogy, but good joke.
Very nice.
That'd be nice to him, you know.
Yeah. No.
I tried, you know. But
So, for profit?
Yes.
You got a lot of capital raised? How much have you got raised?
We've raised approximately $1.5 million in venture capital.
And so what's the next
how long you are in
challenge?
business?
Well, we spent 18 months doing research. So Spark's been around since October, but it's the result of testing with 500,000 people and thousands of nonprofits around the world.
So what's your scaling plan? I mean, how fast are you going to grow?
Well, I mean, we've built a world-class platform, and we're growing I mean, I'll give you an example. If we bring on one company, that company could have 100,000 employees with one switch flipped. And it's not just 100,000 employees, but it's 100,000 extremely talented people whose skills we're able to deliver to the nonprofit sector. So for us, it's less about growth for the sake of growth. It's rather about bringing on talented people to help nonprofits get work done for free. And I will also say one thing. Red Cross, Greenpeace, they have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. And in those 300,000 followers, there are people that speak Spanish, people who have an accounting background, marketing experts, graphic designers. With PayPal, you can fundraise from those people. With Facebook, you can connect with them. With Spark, you can actually put them to work to actually accomplish your mission as an organization.
So what's the hardest challenge that you're going to face over the next couple of years that you're expecting that's going to be make or break for this platform?
I think it's changing the concept of volunteerism. I mean, for all the years that we've been building technology platforms, volunteerism in our minds when we close our eyes is still about going to a hospital or cleaning up a park. And that's just not the case. I mean, the concept of community has changed dramatically. There's 1 billion people using Facebook. So the way we organize is changing. And we're trying to move with the times and bring volunteerism into a new age.
I think Paula Abdul's got a question over on the side.
Sarah.
No, you're Paula Abdul.
I deferred to her. I know Sarah has a question.
Paula Abdul is deferring to me. So, Catch a Fire was talking a little bit about the need to find meaningful projects for volunteers. And I just have a hard time believing you can accomplish something that you feel is meaningful and impactful in 10 minutes. Is that something that you claim to give people, or are you saying that there are a lot of important tasks that need to be done?
I disagree. It takes 10 minutes to use Facebook, and you're having meaningful relationships with your friends and family. I mean, the difference is that you have an offline relationship.
But not on Facebook, not because of Facebook.
Well, but it's a facilitator, right? Just like we are. I mean, people who are passionate about cancer or Greenpeace can stay connected with those organizations in a time frame that fits in their busy lives. And I love the work that Rachel's doing. I think she's and I are very good friends. And we're solving two different sides of the problem. I mean, for us, we don't think it's about finding opportunities. People here know where to go volunteer if they really want to. There's tons of websites out there. The problem is the actual activity itself doesn't fit into our busy lives anymore. We don't have 6 hours. So we're trying to break that down into things that can be completed in the amount of time we actually have to share, in the time that it takes you to update your Twitter status or whatnot. You can actually help a nonprofit come up with a new tagline or pick a logo or whatnot. And that's our approach.
I love this concept where businesses are getting involved. And again, you had we have heard from someone with an idea in this space as well, but that for me is where the magic is. And this widget that is the barometer for a business, did that come as an outgrowth of your study, or was that something baked in? And the second question, which you could do very quickly, is there's that whole you get what you pay for thing. How are we making sure that the services that are there, you showed us the example of the translation that happened, but talk to us about how you make sure that we're not just getting, slacker service in volunteerism.
The value, sorry, what was the first part again?
It was about the widget, and did that come before?
Yeah, so our customers came to us and they said, look, we're doing all this great work. How can we share that with the public? Let's say there's 1,000 employees that have synced their Facebook accounts, right? and they each have 500 friends on Facebook. That's 500,000 people that are learning about the social good work of a company, because every time you complete a challenge, you can broadcast that out in the social web, invite your friends back in. It's very collaborative. And then as far as quality of the work itself, I mean, it's a reputation engine. It syncs with LinkedIn, obviously, so you can, put your, I got an email the other day that said, you have 46 new employees that work for Sparked. It's like, what are you talking about? We don't hire that many people. It's because people are adding Sparked as a line of experience on their LinkedIn profiles. And we're working with really big companies who don't want to look stupid in front of their colleagues. So they're incentivized to do great work because it makes them look good in front of their boss, and they're proud of the work that they do, and they have a certain pride that they bring to the table. So that's what's really great about having companies like LinkedIn and Google and Kraft Foods, talented employees volunteering for nonprofits. So, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.